G'day guys, how's it going? Rubber Kitty here. So, recognizing of the recognition of other people's point of view. Now, a lot of people, when they're talking with others in general and having discussions, the DMCs and all that, they, I won't say fail, but they're not well practiced in recognition of other people's point of view. There's very different communication techniques that people say you need to do with active listening and all that sort of stuff, but that can quickly become rote and habits, and you're not really actually recognizing other people's point of view or really listening to them or empathizing with them. Now, people say, well, how can that be? They're saying all the right things, like saying, oh, I hear you, I see you, you're heard. Things like, oh, I understand, and all that sort of stuff. And then they say, well, how can I not be, I'm really empathizing with you and I feel you and all that sort of thing. Like, yeah, but listen to what you're saying. You're saying, I, I hear you, I see you, I feel you, I feel the same way, I've done this, or I do that. That's not really empathy. You're not really listening or recognizing. A lot of that is actually focused on you. And some people say, but that's one of the techniques of active listening. It is. But it's different being present and actually saying things like, I see, I hear, and it's contextual. There's many people I know who do that online. They say, I see you, I hear you, you're heard. It's now become a toss-away line. These things, they evolve. Communication changes contextually. To actually trot out the same sort of phraseology all the time and not applicable to the situation or that person means that you're not giving them, I won't say the dignity, but the respect that their point of view, opinion or feelings are. And there's also people that when you're explaining something to them, that they want you to then justify it. You don't need to justify your feelings or what you've seen. That's your point of view. For you it makes sense. Like I could say, well, I understand it as this way, blah blah blah, and someone goes, oh well, that's bullshit, you're really reaching here to explain that, how can you justify this? So, well, I don't have to, because that's what I see, And I get that quite a bit, and some people say, well, aren't they just trying to get you to explain, and aren't they trying to empathise and that? I said, well, no, they're just trying to, been put into an uncomfortable place. They've had to have a look at, what they do, and then they didn't like it. So what then they then do is try and get you to justify and put you on the defensive. At which point then I go, you know what, I'm going to walk away. Because you're not listening to me, you're not actually listening to me. You're mouthing the right words, but you're not listening to me. Sometimes, and this will work differently with different people, sometimes it's just a matter of saying, okay, yep, I can just not say anything. That's actually listening, that someone is actually listening. Now, sometimes when people are not saying anything, it doesn't mean that they're actually listening though. As well, it depends on the person. Some people, you can tell by their body posture and what they're doing, they're not even listening. They're just waiting for their turn to speak, and whatever you've said has triggered an automatic response in them, and they're going to say the same thing over and over again, same sort of excuses, the same sort of demands, the same sort of, I don't give a crap about what you've just said. This is my point of view, and I'm going to impose my reality on you. And it's like, well, no, I don't do that, because that's not respecting someone's point of view, or recognising that I have a different point of view and that I'm a different person. You're expecting me to bend to your point of view, which is not my point of view. So, recognising other people's point of view. Do you mouth typical active listening phrases sometimes I've been upfront with some people and say, okay, well, are you having a rant at the moment? And if they go, well, yeah, I want to have a rant, I go, okay. And I listen to them rant and I make the appropriate noises, because at that point in time they also recognise that they're just ranting. They don't need a solution, they just want some venting avenue, which is cool. And then sometimes I ask them, do you actually want me to help you solve a problem? And sometimes I'll say, no, I just want to talk. I go, okay, well, I'll go back, change my mind and change my mindset and go, okay, well, I'm going out of problem solving mode. And I'm just going to go into listening ranting mode, or whatever mode it is. It can be difficult when people are not sure about what they really want from a listener. But sometimes it's just, okay, I recognise the state that you're in and I'm just going to listen. And that in itself can be recognising someone's point of view, their feelings and their thoughts. So aside from that, what is it that you feel that you see, or have you found yourself mouthing the same things and come across the same arguments for people? And is it really actually recognising their point of view? How have other people not recognised your point of view, or recognised your point of view? The people that you talk to and you go, okay, that was a good conversation, and then you realise that they've not actually contributed a lot, or they have, but then you feel a lot better for talking to them. And what is it that you would like to see or like to feel in the future, or provide the environment for recognising other people's point of view and encouraging them to, I guess, recognise yours as well? I mean, there's plenty of other times when, and you will, and I have too, when I haven't recognised someone else's point of view. Because there are times when people say, oh, what, you too busy? I said, well, at this point, yes, I'm focused on something else. There's plenty of people that demand my point of view and my time and attention at, I won't say inappropriate moments, at times when my mind is otherwise occupied, which is not very effective. So I'm unable to recognise their feelings, their thoughts, their point of view, because at that time I am otherwise occupied, I should say. But the other thing is, I've also got to recognise times when, okay, I want to have my feelings, thoughts and point of view recognised by this particular person, but are they otherwise occupied, and why? There are reasons, there are explanations, they're not excuses. And for me, I don't make excuses, because excuses are some things that I can control, and reasons are things that I can't control where things happen. Explanation is just saying what those reasons are. A justification is trying to, well, in general, a justification for me of an excuse is something I can entirely control. Anyway, you guys have a good day. I believe it's hump day today. These long weekends, I don't know, they really can mess up with your timeline. Hey, see you guys. See you, Paul. Have a good day.